And of course, remember, we'll just quickly flick the lights on after dark. The dragoness herself is out. The female mangrove, she's now 6 feet long, and she spends her nights prowling around, hunting for food. If you try and pick this girl up now, you will get bitten. But pick her up in the daytime when she's sleeping. Very tractable animal indeed. No problem at all. Absolute split personality. Jekyll and Hyde, a monster by night, calm and relaxed by day. Mangrove snakes, these are iconic snakes. You really know what you see, and these are in all the old snake books, just nature books, everything. They're so striking to look at. Wait, are they good? Are they good? Pets, well, that was just hanging off of the phone. Feeding response, not aggression, which is very different. That's aggression, and they're well known for it. Can you handle them? Can you tame them? Yes. Do they get really tame? This is captured bred, but they're unpredictable. So sometimes yes, sometimes no. I find them better to handle in the daytime because you can wake them up. They might be aggressive, but they're more docile. So at night, these are greedy feeders, and at night they're fully active, and whatever goes in there, to be honest, first thing is grab it thinking it's food and movement. So there can be, you're more likely to get grabbed, but for sure in the daytime, when this one was full on feeding responses, she's hungry, but for sure, yes, you can handle them. Are they a snake for handling? No. There's way better species. This is probably always going to be an unpredictable animal. Venom isn't the biggest issue. They are real fanged. Are you going to let them chew on you? Probably not. Let's see if I can get her out. Hold on. So are they aggressive? Of course they're not. They're just nervous. And this snake's reaction to being handled or being nervous is often to have a nip. So I've got to tell you, they feel amazing. They're the most rubbery kind of snake you'll ever find. Really, really fascinating. You're not going to want to chew it, let it chew on your finger. Other YouTubers, way more famous than me, have done tests on false water cobras, hognose and mangrove snakes, Kevin McCurley, and you can see the reactions there. Are they for kids? Of course not. This is really, I think, tell you, I love handling snakes. I probably pick this thing up once every 3 months, if that. I love handling snakes. Some people ask, why do you pick them up? Well, if you have to ask why, it's, yeah, you're a different kind of person than me. You either like to pick up things and find it amazing to be tactile as well as visual, or you don't. You don't see the need. That's entirely up to you. I wouldn't get a mangrove snake if I like to get my snakes out and play with them. I find there's way better snakes for that, and it's not because this snake's going to be more bitey, which it is most likely, a mangrove. It's a bit more like, I guess, having a lizard to handle. A blue-tongued skink or a bearded dragon kind of seems to enjoy coming out. Now that's anthropomorphizing, but you know what I mean. They seem to like being handled, being stroked. Chameleons, on the whole, tend to show a bit of stress response to being handled. I've had chameleons, I've took them to schools, but in general, chameleons are not a lizard that seems to thrive on handling. And I'd put the mangrove snake in that kind of category. Some snakes, again, they seem to love coming out, exploring. Reticulated pythons, they love it. Like most snakes, a lot of snakes. Ow. What am I here? 4-line snakes. This thing, its defense is, I can't get his head around. This thing, its defense is always going to be, I'm a bit worried. I don't like being messed around with. I've got enough colours to sort of really tell you that that's not my thing. Back off, and it's gonna be unpredictable. Hold on, so I'm getting it. And I think you can see All this snake's trying to do is go back into its enclosure where it came from and where it feels safe, back up into the trees. A stunningly beautiful snake that I would say, personally, if you're going to keep one and you're not mass producing or anything like that, and you just want to keep this beautiful species, it will live in a rack system quite well. Put it in something big, on display, as naturalistic rainforest edge or rainforest over a river as money, time and space, not really flexible, will allow, and have it on, there it is, have it on display. Will you see it? Often, no. Not if you set that enclosure out to meet its needs, so it has got hiding places in the day. Heavily nocturnal. As it gets older, you'll see it a lot more in the day. But to be quite honest, a beautiful enclosure you don't mind looking at empty, like a bit of rainforest in the day, when you come out into your reptile room in the evening, you will be rewarded by a beautiful, big, rear-fanged snake on the prowl. They're always on the prowl at night. This is a greedy species that will, when everything else is asleep, will really show off. Wow, that'll upset it. Will really show off that utter colour combination. That here's one thing: the big nose. That's not a fair target. And really, really, wow! Not just your guests, but you, every single time you go into your snake room. Mangrove snakes, goodness me, they are one of the most iconic species. People have seen these that don't have anything to do with snakes in books. They're always in books. Look at that. Something in the wild, glossy soft black and stunning golden yellow. That shouts to all of our senses, whether to me and you, it shouts utter stunning beauty, or to the rest of the people, whoa, back off. And if there's ever a snake with that back off attitude, it's a mangrove snake. She's just over 4 foot long. Imagine what an 8-foot beastie is going to look like. How impressive is that? Let's let her get back in, because that's really all she wants to do. Go home and feel secure. Remember, these guys seem to be one of the most aggressive snakes you'll keep when it comes to defensive food response. None of that's aggression. That's prey drive or nervous fear. This really is aggression, or offense is the best form of defense. That animal sums that up a treat. Yes, you can handle them. Better to have them in a better display than mine. That's big, set up nicely. The snake feels happy. You will be rewarded every nocturnal time you visit your reptile room. Highly, highly recommended. But please, buy these snakes captive bred. They're being captive bred all over the world now. They're easily obtainable for those that really want one. We don't need a stressed out, wild caught, parasitically loaded animal. We don't need that anymore.